I'm Scott Taylor, 6th District at Large, City Council, Kansas City, and it's really good to be here after so many years to actually be here today. So let's celebrate a little bit. Let's give everybody here that's worked on this a round of applause up front. From my perspective, what I like about the project is not just that it brings a youth sports facility with 2 floors. We're going to add a center floor, which will be unique for any youth sports facility around the country. It'll be a destination, but it's going to bring a lot of activity to Kansas City. We're going to have tournaments coming in on the weekends, people around the country coming in. And when they come in, they're not just going to be at the arena. They're going to need a place to stay. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have a hotel down here soon if the private sector sees the opportunity very quickly. They're going to need a place to eat. We have some great restaurants now, but we could use more restaurants and opportunities. They're small businesses. When you drop, any parent in the crowd knows that when you drop your children off to a sports event or practice for a couple of hours, a lot of times it doesn't make sense to drive back home. So you try to get a little shopping done, grab a bite to eat, grab a cup of coffee, and it's going to be great for the community. It's going to be a stimulus for the historic West Bottoms. And it also preserves the facility. It's now a historically designated property, and so we can all be proud of that. We have that heritage in Kansas City.
Again, I can't thank Steve Fouch enough for his perseverance on this issue. I think this conversation happened 4 or 5 years ago, and said, "Hey, you know, what are you ever going to do with Kemper Arena? I got this crazy idea about a youth sports facility." It's like, oh, he's had one too many wherever he's at. Let's. But he stuck with it and encountered a lot of opposition, but kept at it. And perseverance will win the day every day. And I can't thank Steve enough for his willingness to dig in, help the city extract itself from a multitude of contractual arrangements that we had on this deal. In order to get a project that I think is just going to be transformative, not only for the arena, but for this entire West Bottoms and downtown area. When you think about the possibility of thousands of people coming down here weeknights and on the weekends, what that spillover impact will be. And they're already having those conversations. There's a developer that wants to build 250 market rate apartments right across the street in the Golden Ox parking lot. Those are the kind of issues that we see happening. But I just can't thank Steve enough for his great work. We were laughing a little bit, and nobody can define. I'm not sure we ever got our dollar.
Yeah, it was on the closing.
All right. I want to make sure we get our buck here.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the team at Fouch Brothers for selecting McCown Gordon to serve as your partner on this project. Steve, we really appreciate the trust and confidence that you put in us. We're honored and humbled that you've chosen our firm to be a part of such an exciting and transformative project. You know, throughout the years and throughout each year, we get an opportunity to work on some really, truly innovative and unique projects. And this one, for sure, is absolutely one of the most unique and innovative projects we'll be working on this year.
It's been a long 4 years, but obviously today we're here because, again, with Scott and the council members that helped us push this through and believed in us after repeated discussions and observations of what we were doing. Troy Schulte and all of his staff as well, a big, huge help getting this done.
We were paying, as taxpayers, you and I were paying $1 million a year just to maintain the old Kemper Arena when there really was no activity and no benefit to the taxpayers. By turning this over to the private sector, we will save $10 million over the next 10 years, but we'll also save the potential cost of demolition. And we've heard upwards of $12 million that would cost taxpayers if we were to have demolish the structures. And in its place, we will get a vibrant facility that will bring a lot of activity to the historic West Bottoms.
I'm Steve Fouch with Fouch Brothers. We've been developing this project for about 4 years, converting Kemper Arena into now a multi-level sports and entertainment facility. We have about 100,000 square feet of office and retail space once you clear out all of the storage and mechanical spaces that aren't needed any longer. And then we're going to have all levels of sports and competition, all different kinds of fitness and nutrition, food and beverage, and retail within the facility. We're just now starting construction, and we'll be open a year from now, targeting mid-September to the August 1st timeframe of next year.